next presentation will move you through a technology that manages air turbulence to improve fuel economy for the trucking industry. Please join me in welcoming David Manosalvas to the stage to tell the Aeromutable story. David?
My name is David Manosalvas, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Aeromutable. We're bringing aerospace technology into the trucking industry, and our first device is a device that attaches to the back of a semi, and it improves its fuel efficiency and safety by allowing it to actively respond to aerodynamic changes. But let's take it from the top. In the US, over 70% of the freight tonnage is moved by trucks, going from one side of the country to the other, driving over 448 billion miles per year. Through this process, the trucking industry is responsible for consuming 38% of the total US fuel, which amounts to just a little bit over 54 billion gallons every single year. When people designed these vehicles, they thought about an engine, making sure that's big and strong to be able to move all those goods from one place to the other. A cabin, so the drivers can sit there and drive for 10, 11 hours at a time. A big trailer, so you can put all the goods and be able to ship them from one side to the other. And a flat back, to make it really efficient to load and unload. But nobody really thought about aerodynamic efficiency. And over 65% of the energy goes towards overcoming aerodynamic drag. And that flat back actually causes flow separation. It creates an unsteady wake, and it causes low pressure, which is responsible for a big chunk of that drag. So at Aeromutable, we developed a device that attaches to the back of a semi. And without impeding its normal operation, opening and closing doors all day long, we're able to improve fuel consumption by over 16%. In that way, we can improve profitability of those vehicles by over 100%. Our patent-pending technology leverages jet injection in all four edges of the back of a semi. And by sensing what's happening in its environment, we're able to actively modify its aerodynamic profile by really changing the way how it interacts and by changing the way the wake is formed. In a way, we use air injection to create virtual surfaces that streamline the vehicle. And by doing so, we're able to take that highly turbulent flow, and by containing and being able to stabilize the wake, we're able to improve its fuel efficiency. In the US, there's 2.9 million long-haul trucks in operation that can use our technology. And 2.2 million of these ones have a square, flat back, which are ideal for our device. So in order to be able to find our beachhead market as well as to better understand our product market fit, we participated in multiple mini I-Cores as well as the full national NSF I-Core. And after talking to over 150 people in the trucking industry, ranging from truck drivers, fleet owners, trucking tech executives, we're able to realize that our beachhead market is a $5 billion slice composed of the 723,000 refrigerated trucks. Why refrigerated trucks? Well, the industry standards to have about 3 trailers per tractor. But refrigerated fleets, they actually operate closer to a 1-to-1 ratio, making them ideal to be able to purchase a device that's an add-on to the trailer. In this space, there's some competitors, including the Stemco trailer tail, which operate in a way that they try to push the wake away from the vehicle on the hope that it will reduce drag. We have the Top Kit from Smart Truck, which speeds up the air around the vehicle to try to keep the wake in the back. We have Aerotech, with tiny little vortex generators that try to create horizontal vortices in order to keep the wake in the back and not really interfere with the rest of its aerodynamic operation. But looking at them side to side with our device, we can see that we're able to outperform them, giving 3 times the improvement than any of our other competitors, at least 3 times. Looking from the money point of view, we can save these carriers that operate the trucks over $8,000 per year, in that way doubling and sometimes tripling their profits per truck. And in addition to all this, we are the only device out there that can truly say that we can create a stability improvement due to our highly dynamic technology. Aeromutable was started in May 2018 when my co-founder, Dr. Sandra Manosalvas, and I were finishing our PhDs at Stanford University. We bring over 20 years of experience in management, engineering, in industries that span from biotech, defense, energy, and aerospace. And since an arrival at Chain Reaction Innovations, almost a year from now, in September 2018, we've continued to evolve our technology using simulation work. We've started prototyping and testing it at Argonne's Max Fluid Dynamic facility. And we're moving towards the design manufacturing, and truck testing of a full-scale device that will be attached to the back of a semi. Early next year, we plan to have a round of funding. And in order to be able to take that and bring it into road testing, being able to put it outside with all the other cars, as well as fleet pilots, being able to test our devices on the day-to-day operations. As we move forward, we would like to ask you for any connections you have in the manufacturing space, especially the local manufacturing community, that will enable us to scale past that first prototype, as well as to continue talking about the future of Aeromutable and how we can partner together. We're Aeromutable, and we are trying to improve the trucking industry's carbon footprint by increasing their profitability. Thank you.